a comfortable sitting position. You can be cross-legged or whatever's right for you. The main thing is just to remember to have your spine straight and your head and neck in line with your spine. And your shoulders should be back and down, but relaxed, just to open your chest. And just take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, release all the events that have happened to you today. Let them all go. And take another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release all of the conversations that you've had today, any interactions in whatever mode they've taken. Again, just let them all go. And take another long, deep inhalation now. And this time, when you exhale, release any thoughts or feelings of obligations of anything you need to do after the class, and just allow yourself to be right here, right now. There's nothing else you need to do at this moment. Give yourself this gift of being present. And returning now to the natural breath. And in a moment, we'll scan the awareness through the body. But before we do, I would like you, as we do the practice, just to take careful note of how you're feeling in your body at this moment, and take note of any irritations or pain that may be in your body today, just so that when we begin the class, that you will just work within your range of movement and listen to your body. And if something isn't right for you, then you can either do something else or even visualize the practice, because that can be just as effective. So to begin scanning the awareness through the body, place the awareness at the soles of the feet, and then gently move the awareness up through the feet and into the legs, and right up into the buttocks, into the torso, up through the abdomen, and also up through the spine. And now moving the awareness into the hands and the fingers, and gently moving the awareness up through the wrists and up through the arms and into the shoulders. Place the awareness now in the neck and in the back of the head, in the crown of the head. Move the awareness and now through into the face, releasing any tension in the face. And place the awareness now at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times, and Om Shanti, and I'll chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to the wisdom traditions, respect between teacher and student, student and teacher, so that our practices may be protected. Breathing in. Om. 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 Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinadvadhitamastu Ma Vedvishavahe Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. And now very gently come into Shavasana, lying down with your head in this direction if that works for you. We're going to begin with some lying down practices. But first, just allow the body to relax in Shavasana. So lying on the back with the legs a little bit away from the body, with the palms facing up and the arms also a little bit away. And take a long, deep inhalation. And when you exhale, just allow the body to release into the floor. So for our first practice tonight, we're going to do cycling. So lying on the back, if I have to say first, if you have any lower back issues, it's a good idea to just bend the opposite leg by putting the foot flat on the floor in front of the buttocks. We're going to begin with the right side of the body. So for this, lying down, place the palms underneath the buttocks with the palms facing down. And bring the knee to the chest, the right knee to the chest. Then lift the foot up so it's in line with the ceiling. And then gently lower the leg so until it's about 10 centimeters above the floor. And then bend it again to the chest. So this is one round. Complete 5 rounds in each direction. And with your breathing, inhale as you bend the knee and then lift the foot towards the ceiling, and then exhale as you gently lower the foot towards the floor. And of course, taking your own time and your own duration. But when you finish on the right side, come back into Shavasana just for a few moments and observe the difference between right and left, and then move on to the left, doing the same practice on the left side of the body. And then when you've finished, again, taking your own time, when you've finished on the left leg, come back to Shavasana again and just observe the effects. Observe the movement of energy and also observe your own thoughts after the practice. For our next practice, bring the feet in front of the buttocks again, and then put the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall towards the floor. Then with the hands, bring the palms together at the heart space. Inhale and then raise the palms above the head. So you're stretching up through the torso, and you're also stretching the knees towards the floor without pushing or straining, really feeling that stretch. Inhale and bring the palms back to the chest and raise the knees a little. Inhale, then exhale, bring the palms above the head again, pointing the knees down towards the floor. Complete 5 rounds in total. And on your 5th round, bring the knees together with the feet flat on the floor, and we'll move on to the next asana after that. So for our next practice, it'll be a spinal twist. So bring the feet flat on the floor in front of the buttocks with the knees together. Now you can either have the arms out with the palms up at shoulder height along the floor, if that's more comfortable for you, or place the hands behind the head and allow, as long as the elbows can touch the floor. Inhale, then exhale, bringing the knees towards the right and turning the head towards the left. And allow the body just to rest in that position for a few moments, just to ease in. Then inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring the knees to the left and turn the head to the right. Again, allowing the body just to lie in this position for a few moments. Complete another 4 rounds on each side. And coming back to Shavasana when you've completed your 5 rounds. And just observe now, just the movement of energy around the body from this practice. For our next practice, bring the knees to the chest and hug your arms, or hug your knees with your arms. First we'll do is just a little few rolls from side to side gently. So it gives the back a little massage. You may want to do circles, whatever's right for you, just to loosen up the lower back. And then when you've had enough of doing this, keep the arms around the knees, making sure the head and neck are in line with the spine. Inhale, then exhale, and gently bring the nose towards the knees, holding just for a few moments, and then inhale gently, bringing the head back towards the floor. This is 1 round. Complete another 4 rounds. And after your 5th round, come back into Shavasana. And we'll do one more lying down posture. This one, it's like a bridge. So bringing the soles of the feet in front of the buttocks again. Place the hands on the floor underneath the buttocks. Inhale and gently raise the buttocks up to where is right for you. And hold for your own duration. Exhale, gently roll the spine back down to bring the buttocks to the floor. Now there's different levels of this posture. So the overall aim, like the most advanced, is to actually grab the ankles. I cannot do this. But if you wanted to go a little further in your practice, you can always stay with what we just did. Or if you wanted to go a little bit further, raise a bit higher, and you could bring the hands out towards the ankles a bit more, holding for a few moments, and then gently releasing the spine and the buttocks to the floor. Complete 5 rounds in total, just at your level, working within your body's range of movement. And after your 5th round, again in your own time, come back into Shavasana. Okay, so now when you're ready, come on to all fours. We're going to do Bagrasan. So I will instruct. So actually, I'll turn around this side. We'll begin with the right side. So making sure that there's a little bit of space behind you because you're going to kick backwards, but ensuring that the hands are directly below the shoulders and the knees are below the hips. So you're sort of in a box-like shape and your head is in a neutral position. So for this posture, we'll begin with the right leg. Bring the right leg out behind you. Straighten it. We'll just do this for the first one. So straighten it out behind you and then bring it back down to the floor. And then we'll do the same on the left side. So just keeping your head in a neutral position. Bring the left leg out behind you straight. Maybe a little bit above hip height if you can. And then when you're ready, bring it back down, your knee back down to the floor. In the next posture, what we'll do is we will Bring the leg out behind the body. If you want to, you can actually bend the knee so the calf is sort of on top of the buttock, if that's right for you, and lift the head up so you're looking up, and then exhale, and then swing the knee into the abdomen and point the head in as well. So it's like a mini back bend. So this is one round. Complete 5 rounds on each side. And then when you finish 5 rounds on the right, just take a few moments before you move on to the left. If you need to sort of rest your wrists a little bit, because it can be quite tough on the wrists, so put the wrists in a circular movement if that works, and then move on to the left. So I'll demonstrate on the left as well. So for the left, bring the leg out behind. And you can have the leg straight if that works for you, or you can bend the knee. And then bring the knee in towards the abdomen and bring the head in towards the knee. But just again, work within your range of movement, as in what is comfortable for you. So it might mean that your leg's just out straight where you can, and your head's up. Just whatever works for you. And after your final round, come back into child's posture, Shashankasan, and rest the body. And then when it's right for you, come up into Parambek Sthiti, the base posture with the legs out in front of the body and the fingers pointing away from the buttocks. And just close the eyes again, making sure the spine's straight, head and neck are aligned. And just observe the movement of energy from all the practices that we've done so far. And we're going to move now into shoulder rotation. So bringing the right hand to the right shoulder and the left hand to the left shoulder. And again, just checking with your spine, making sure you're all straight. Bringing the elbows together in front of the body. Inhale, bring the elbows up, back, and down. Exhaling on the downward movement and bring the elbows together in front of the body again. This is one round. Complete 5 rounds in each direction. Really trying to coordinate the breath with the movement so that you get that body, breath, mind connection. And again, come back just to wherever a comfortable sitting position with the eyes closed and just observing the effects. And we'll do one more practice before we move into pranayama. So for this practice, we'll do actually a couple of neck postures. So for the first one, we'll do, which is chin to chest. So inhale first and then exhale. And before we move into any neck stuff, just it's very gentle with your neck. Don't push, and it should be very smooth, fluid sort of movements. And don't strain your neck in any way. So inhale, and make sure you're all aligned, of course. So inhale, exhale, and bring the chin towards the chest, really feeling that stretch at the back of the neck. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, bring the head backwards, feeling that stretch of the front of the neck in Vishuddhi, the throat chakra. Inhale back to center and complete another 4 rounds in this way. Really slow it down, synchronize the breath with the movement, and placing the awareness in the parts of the neck that you can feel are changing and being impacted by this practice. And once you've completed your 5 rounds with this, we'll do a counter posture for the neck, because this one is ear to shoulder. So for this one, just be conscious that you're not lifting your shoulders up during this practice. So the aim is to move the ear towards the shoulder. So in a similar way, inhale, exhale, and bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, feeling the stretch up the left side of the neck. Inhale back to center. Exhale and bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Then inhale back to center. This is 1 round. Complete another 4 rounds. And when you've completed the practice, again, just with the eyes closed, just observe. And then ensure that you're sitting in a comfortable position. We'll begin some pranayama practice. So making sure that you're comfortable and you can sit steadily for 5 or so minutes for pranayama. And to begin the practice of pranayama, please just observe the natural breath at the nostrils. And observe with the natural breath how it causes the abdomen to expand and then the chest to expand. And on the exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And tonight's practice will be Nadi Shodhanan. So for this practice, with the right hand, place the first and the middle finger at the eyebrow center, ensuring the head is up straight. Place the right thumb on the right nostril, closing the right nostril. Inhale through the left nostril to the eyebrow center, and then cover the left nostril with the ring finger on the right hand. Uncover the right nostril, exhaling out of the right nostril, then inhaling into the right nostril to the eyebrow center, covering the right nostril, uncovering the left, exhaling out of the left. So that's in through the left and out through the right, in through the right and out through the left. Inhaling each time to the eyebrow center. And we'll complete this practice for another 2 minutes. So if your arm gets a little tired, you may like to support it with the opposite arm. And really focus on that inhalation to the eyebrow center. Ensure you're breathing into the abdomen, using long, deep yogic or just abdominal breaths. And holding the practice for a little while longer. And now the next time that you exhale from the left nostril, release the practice and just focus on the inhalation through both nostrils to the eyebrow center. And return to the natural breath. And now, moving very slowly and consciously, prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. So lying down in Shavasana and ensuring that you are warm enough, because the body temperature will drop when it enters deep relaxation. You may need a cushion, whatever's right for you, just so that you are comfortable and warm and you don't need to move throughout the practice. If you have any tight clothing or glasses on, it's a good idea to remove them for this practice. So lying down in Shavasana on the back with the legs about hip width apart, the feet lolling to the sides. Release any tension in the legs, allow them to relax. The arms should be a little bit away from the body with the palms facing the sky. Check that there's balance between the left and the right side of the body. And you may like to tuck your chin in just a little, just to check that your head and neck are in line with the spine. And take a long, deep inhalation now. And as you exhale, allow the body to melt into the floor. And take another long, deep inhalation now. And this time, when you exhale, release any remaining tension in the body, paying careful attention to the face, releasing any expression you may have on the face, checking that the jaw is not clenched, and also that you have released the muscles behind the eyes. Let all the tension in the face go. And feel the body's contact against the floor. Feel the heels against the floor. Feel the back of the legs against the floor. Feel the buttocks against the floor. Feel the back against the floor. Feel the back of the hands and the arms against the floor. Feel the back of the neck and the back of the head against the floor. And observe how all of these different points of contact make one singular point of contact between the body and the floor. Become aware of sound now. Listen for sounds way off in the distance, but don't try and identify them. Just move your awareness from sound to sound as you hear it. Now, bring your awareness to sounds just outside the room that you're in, approaching it in the same way, just moving your awareness from sound to sound. And now move your awareness to the sounds inside the room that you are in. Move the awareness now to sounds inside the body, beginning with the sound and the sensation of the heartbeat. And now move the awareness to the sound and the sensation of the natural breath. Release the sound awareness now and call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And if you don't have one, leave some space because it can emerge on its own. We'll now rotate the awareness throughout the body. Listen to my instructions, and when I name a body part, place your awareness there. Mentally repeat the name of that part and visualize that body part. We'll begin with the right side of the body, the right hand thumb. First finger, second, third, and little finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And now moving to the left side of the body, beginning with the left hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. We'll move now to the back of the body, beginning with the heels, back of the legs, the buttocks, the small of the back, the middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and the entire spinal column, the back of the head, and the crown of the head. Moving now to the face, beginning with the forehead, the temples, the eyebrows, and the eyebrow center, the ears, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the lips, the jaw, the chin, the throat, the collarbones, and the pit of the throat, the right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest, the right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel, the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together, the whole torso, the whole neck, the whole head, the whole front of the body, the whole back of the body, the whole body. Have a sense now, all at once, the whole body. And release the body rotation now, and instead bring the awareness back to the natural breath. Observe how subtle the natural breath has now become, and observe the rise and fall of the navel in response to the natural breath. And we'll now add a visualization to the natural breath. On the inhalation, you will inhale healing, golden, energetic light. On the exhalation, you will release anything that does not serve you, whether that is pain or any feelings of sadness or negativity. You can release them all with your exhalation. So inhaling healing, energetic light, exhaling anything that does not serve you, just visualizing along with the natural breath. And if the mind wanders, remember to use the breath like an anchor to bring it back to the practice. Release the breath visualization now, and instead feel the following opposite sensations in the body. The body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels like it's made out of concrete and it's pressing against the floor. It's so heavy. It feels so heavy. It feels like it may even go through the floor, through its heaviness. The arms feel heavier and the legs feel heavier. The torso and the head feel heavier. The body's feeling heavier and it's pressing against the floor. Release this feeling of heaviness now, and instead replace it with a feeling of lightness. The body is feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels so light that it feels like it's barely touching the floor. The body feels as light as a cloud, as though it may drift away at any moment. It's so light. The body is feeling lighter and lighter, like it's barely touching the floor. Release this feeling of lightness now, and instead replace it with a feeling of coldness. The body is feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside on an icy winter's day. The face feels colder, and the fingers and the toes feel cold and numb. And the icy wind whips through your clothing and makes you shiver to the bone. The body is feeling colder and colder, like it's outside on an icy winter's day. Release this feeling of coldness now. Replace it now instead with a feeling of heat. The body is feeling hotter and hotter. Energetic heat runs from the abdomen throughout the body. The face feels hotter and the hands and the feet feel clammy and hot. The body feels so hot like it's outside on a steamy summer's day. The body's feeling hotter and hotter like it's outside on a steamy summer's day. Release this feeling of heat now. Release all of these sensations completely. Allow the body to come back to a state of equilibrium. And now come to the space of the mind, the space behind the closed eyes. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize, or create the following objects and images. You leave the room that you are in. As you open the door, you are standing now in front of your home, but when you turn around, you are actually in the middle of a beautiful field. There are beautiful sunflowers swaying in the breeze of this field, and the warm earth is beneath your feet, and you feel steady and solid on the earth. The sun is coming down, the sunlight on your face, and you feel warmth spread throughout your body. But you also feel a little drowsy because it's the afternoon on a warm spring summer's day. And as you walk towards the sunflowers in the field, you notice a patch of grass that looks so warm and inviting, and the grass is really soft. And so you decide just to lie down just for a few moments and look up at the sky. In the sky, you can see fluffy white clouds against the indigo turquoise blue of the sky that day. But as you watch these clouds slowly drift across the sky, you can see a range of shapes that they are taking. The first shape that you see is a heart, a fluffy white heart in the clouds. The next thing you see is what looks like a beautiful butterfly, a butterfly-shaped cloud drifting across the sky. The next cloud you see is shaped like a flower, but not just any flower, your favorite flower, as it drifts across the sky. And then finally you see a cloud shaped like the symbol Om, and it drifts across the sky. And you feel pure joy at this moment. You are deeply relaxed and feel connected with the natural environment around you. That you know that it's time now to come back into the room that you are in. So you get up from this beautiful, soft, comfortable piece of grass and turn back around and walk back towards your room and come back inside and lie down on your mat and cover yourself with your blankets, but still keep that beautiful feeling that you had in the field. And now you call to mind your Sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. Mentally repeat it 3 times now. And if you don't have one, leave some space as it may emerge on its own. And begin to feel breath again in the body, and observe how the breath creates movement in the body. And allow your breath to deepen just a little. And as you do, Observe how the breath moves the back against the floor. And check in with your body now to see how you're feeling at this moment. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to a close. So begin to remember the details of the room that you're in, the color of the walls and the floor, the color of your mat and your coverings. Remember the time of day and begin to hear the sounds around you and remember the world attached to those sounds. Make small movements now with your fingers and your toes, allowing your body to gently externalize and begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. Doing so all in your own time, there's no rush. You may like to gently move your head from side to side, and if it's right for you, even rolling onto your right side for a few moments. And then again, in your own time, gently coming up into a sitting position, but keeping the eyes closed or downcast, gently moving, just so you can maintain the peaceful state that you've created. And sitting in a comfortable position, allowing the body to adjust. And just as we did at the beginning of the practice, we'll gently move the awareness through the body, and this time observe how you feel compared to when you began the practice. So moving the awareness up through the soles of the feet, up into the ankles and in through the legs, into the buttocks, and up through the torso and the back. Gently moving the awareness up through the hands and the wrists, up through the arms, and into the neck. Moving the awareness now to the back of the head, the crown of the head, and into the very relaxed face. And now moving the awareness to the eyebrows center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together now, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the practice. Breathing in. Om. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.